Very long acceptance speech. Steve Willner over here, who has led this organization for as many years as I can remember, is truly a great inspiration to all of us. He's dedicated his entire career to making this organization make a difference and making the cable industry make a difference in something that is just so overwhelmingly important on this planet. Steve, your mother raised a really fine person, and we all thank you for that. You know, when I found out that I was going to receive this honor tonight, I have to admit that I really felt unworthy at first. You see, Insight doesn't really have a full-fledged corporate policy regarding community leadership in AIDS awareness and education. But when I thought about it for a while, I knew that despite this lack of central policy, Insight employees in all of our locations are indeed actively involved with AIDS awareness and prevention. They produce local AIDS programming, they sponsor and promote numerous events, they participate in local fundraisers, and of course, they air the spots that Cable Positive puts out, which are terrific, terrific public service announcements. You know, Steve convinced me that our corporate culture, which strongly endorses community commitment to social issues, provides a foundation for employees to act instinctively to help others out. The fact is that the cable industry provides potentially life-saving information to all of the people whose lives we touch. When AIDS first came on the scene in the early 1980s, I think we all believed, or at least had hoped, that modern science would conquer this strange new disease in a small handful of years. I, for one, never believed that we would still be in search of a cure some 25 years later, but we are. Cable is a very successful industry, and with success comes real responsibilities. We must use our most coveted asset, access to nearly 2/3 of America's homes, to keep the focus on a search for a cure while we educate the vulnerable. You know, Tracy in that video mentioned that she assumed that AIDS education remained a high national priority when she graduated from college a few years ago. And despite her youthful idealism, she found out as she got out into the world that wasn't exactly the case. We really can do better. On the other end of the spectrum, I'm in absolute awe of our own Reba Dutrick, who I think it's fair to say has a few years on Tracy. Yet, Reba retains her own remarkable idealism in the many ways she contributes so devotedly to community groups in her hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, which she loves dearly. Reba works tirelessly to improve AIDS awareness in the many sponsorships and programs she supports on our behalf. Whether our employees are raising money in AIDS walks, sponsoring AIDS concerts, or creating AIDS resource groups, they do so simply because they care. So I'm deeply honored to accept this award, not for me, but on behalf of all of the dedicated men and women at Insight Communications who collectively make a difference in every place that they live, in every hometown, every single day. Although I'm very proud of our record as a company and as an industry, let's commit tonight to one another that we will reinvigorate our efforts and work even harder to bring this terrible disease to its knees. Don't give up. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior